Hello, hello. I'm Sarah, and this is a. Sorry, I got distracted. This is a live for people who are deconstructing or questioning their faith and just want a place to hang and connect to other people in the same position. So if you are watching this back on the replay, I just answer comments, and so it'll probably be a more enjoyable watch if you turn on the comments, and so you should be able to see them. Autumn, hello. It's good to see you. Hey, Max. Hi, hi. Hello, Spark. Happy Thursday. A bunny knocked over something in the kitchen. What'd you get into, Checkers? Hopefully nothing bad. Well, happy Thursday, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. The weather was really, really pretty today here. I hope you guys had good weather where you are. Hi, Ranger. Well, for anyone who is new, oh, it's Thursday? Oh, thank you. I'm Sarah, and welcome. This is a place for people who are deconstructing or questioning their faith. Maybe you are ex-believers in a religion, or just kind of want a place to connect and meet other people in the same place. Hi. I also have Ruby with me today too. Oh, well, thanks. Hello, hello. So some of the things that I talk about a lot are the concept of hell. I bring that one up a lot because it played a big role in my own deconstruction. Old boy says, I'm new. Hi. Which denomination are you deconstructing from? So I was a Protestant Christian. I grew up in a Presbyterian church, but I was part of a couple other different Protestant denominations. So, I just say Protestant. And I have been a non-believer since 2009. So it's been a while for me. I've had a while to kind of process it and work my way through it. And I consider myself an agnostic atheist. Oh, you're doing great, Autumn. Oh, since 2005. Nice. Oh, Paul, you became Gnostic. Okay. What is different between Protestant is a branch of Christianity. There's generally, you can kind of break it up into Catholic and Protestant, but then often people think of like Orthodoxy and Catholicism as different branches as well. Hi, Dr. Joe. Yeah, you're definitely crushing it on him. Hmm. Wow, being raised in a fundamentalist cult must have been incredibly difficult. Hi, Ted. Well, we made it almost 6 minutes. That's pretty good. Let's see. We're going to do that. Spiky says, do you have religious family members that you don't tell about your deconstruction so you don't have to have the talk? My grandfather is a pastor and I've never told him. Yeah. I don't blame you. I get that. I guess I've never told either of my grandmothers. I'm not sure how much either of them would care, though. I don't know. I'm not sure how that would go, to be honest. My general philosophy is that, your deconstruction is your news, and I don't think you're obligated to tell anyone. So, I mean, I think you should tell who you want to tell and who you think it makes sense to tell, but I don't ever think you have to. Oh, well, you're so welcome, Paul. I'm really glad that it's helpful. Well, hi, Scott. Welcome. What is deconstruction, Caleb? Is that what you're asking? Yeah, definitely, Dr. Joe. Yeah, so the term deconstruction in this context, it just means like a critical examination of your beliefs. So, why do you believe what you believe? And how did you get there? How did you arrive at your current beliefs? So, deconstruction describes a process and not an outcome. So some people who go through deconstruction actually remain Christians. Some people end up atheists. Some people believe in God but aren't part of any organized religion. There's a whole spectrum of where you might end up. Deconstruction from Christianity or what? I don't understand your question, Caleb. If you could ask Christ one question face to face, what would it be? I think my first question would be, did all those people quote you accurately? That's an interesting way to look at that, TKC. Start a process of separating what looks like truth from what smells like doctrine. Am I a Christian? No. I was for a long time, but now I am not any longer. No. Ruby's kind of running in her sleep. Oh, well, yeah, the Bible Belt's a fun place to do that, Paul. What are you now? I consider myself an agnostic atheist. Amag, who is it you think is choosing to go to hell? Oh my God, Con. And you actually have pigs. Oh man. No, certainly no cliffs. Hi, Jasmine. Thanks. I hope you're well too. Is good and evil a concept made by us humans? I think so, yes. I'm sorry to hear that, Jasmine. Here is a sleeping puppy, if that helps at all. And you can see where she broke the blinds. Hey, Rubes, are you sleeping? Yeah, she's sleeping. Very good dog. Yeah, Paul does go on to contradict Jesus, which is funny that that doesn't seem to be a problem for so many Christians. Teeny tiny. Well, Jasmine, I'll wish you a happy birthday, but I'm sorry it's been a bad one. You can come hang out here with us. Ted says, what do you think happens to the part of us that isn't physical, our consciousness, when we die? I think our consciousness is physical. So I think it ceases to exist when we die. Mm-hmm. Hey, Minutemen. Hi, Patrick. Nice to meet you too. Well, good, Jasmine. You hang with us all evening. We got you. Well, what are we talking about? We've talked about a couple different things so far, I guess. Oh, no. Endometriosis is so painful. I don't have any cats. I do have 2 bunny rabbits, though. Hey, Dyslexia. Good to see you. So Superman's is asking about near-death experiences and saying that all those experiences are similar, while there are some common themes. Many near-death experiences are contradictory as well. I do find them interesting. Like, I've watched documentaries about them and read some of the research about it, and I genuinely enjoy learning about near-death experiences, but I don't think it's convincing evidence. You're good, Jasmine. Michelle, good to see you. Caleb says, a lot of people like me are bothered by Paul, but we're talking about the master of deception, Lucifer. I would expect there to be deception in the Bible, that with true understanding. You'd expect there to be deception in the Bible? So the Bible is not the word of God then. I guess I'm not sure what you believe about the Bible. Oh, I'm glad you have a puppy, Jasmine. Yeah, and like Cindy is saying, you know, many people who clinically die and come back experience nothing. You know, an actual like near-death experience that is some sort of experience is only, I think, 10 to 20% of people who clinically die and come back. Yeah, and there's definitely near-death experiences that mirror almost every religion. You know, it seems to be tied a lot to what you expect to happen. Some of them are really beautiful, though. I think a lot of people who have had a near-death experience, you know, come back and say religion is too small. Oh, well, thanks, 83. Safe travels to you as well. Hi, Katie. Oh, yeah, dyslexia. That was a sad story. Well, we're glad you're here too, Jasmine. Yeah, we definitely we have a chill live vibe. Oh, good morning, Rubes. She's like, nope, I just had to rearrange. Is this about Christianity? So this is a live for people who are kind of wrestling with or leaving or deconstructing their faith. That's who it is aimed for. Hey, Rational. Ruby just flipped herself around. There you go. Much more comfortable. She's such a big goober. Yes, exactly. We have a good time in here. Nice, Lion. Cindy says, I expected to see God, Jesus, heaven if I ever died. I was surprised I didn't. My mother was very upset that I didn't. I was raised Southern Baptist, and my mom was Sunday school director. That's interesting that she was upset that you didn't. Jasmine, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't have anything other than probably what your medical providers also suggested. Yeah, but I'm sorry. I know endometriosis is particularly difficult to treat. So, Patrick, I have read the literature on near-death experiences. So I have, at least read the research about them. Oh, well, Con, I have never thought of it that way. Oh, Autumn, you have endometriosis too? Oy. Yeah, that's such a bear. Without God, do you make up your own value system based on your personal experiences? Well, so because um, I, like many humans, have the capability of empathy, my value system is not just like preferences. It's because I know what it feels like to be hurt. And if I cause someone else pain, I feel pain with them, And so, I mean, my value system is also based on my ability to put myself in someone else's shoes. Yeah, the research is way behind. I agree, Autumn. You're welcome. I've heard of Mind Shift. I haven't watched though. Do you think meaning is something we create or something we uncover? I guess given those two options, I would say create. Well, hey, Mr. John, welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. Hi, Kyler. So were you a believer before? Yes. So, I was a believer for about 20 years or so. Bree, I have an FAQ playlist, and I have a video that gives you like the whole backstory of why I don't believe anymore. But it was something that happened to me. Like, it's not like I chose to stop believing. Do we find meaning and give it value? I don't know how to answer that question. Can you ask it in a different way? That's interesting. Khan says the last presentation I watched pointed out the catch-22 of either being constantly unsure of your salvation, which is stressful and scary, or being sure of it, which can lead to arrogance, narcissism, etc. I haven't thought of it that way before. Do you see morality as intersubjective? I do think morality is subjective, and that is true if you get it from a God or not. Do you believe we came from nothing? I do not. Has anything scientific or lack of made you reconsider faith? No, nothing scientific has made me believe in a God. Oh, well, thank you so much, Ted. I really appreciate the kind words. Yeah, TKC says, I'm trying to figure out, let's say I see a thing, find the use of it, and then make what I can out of it. I mean, I think value is inherently a subjective thing. I don't think it's an objective thing, if that's what you're maybe getting at. 666, I have a link in my bio to some book recommendations. There are definitely some other great people on YouTube and TikTok that I could recommend. I also would really recommend the organization Recovering from Religion. They do really good work with support groups, and it's just a nice way to connect to other people who are going through the same thing. Well, thanks. Superman says, I'm hoping you're doing well these days. I've been joyful about having faith. In my case, it's helped me find, then give love to others, hoping the very best for you. Well, thank you. And I hope the very best for you too. What do you believe we came from? Well, so it depends on like how far back you want to go. So evolution definitely explains the human species. Going farther back then, why is there anything alive at all? The mechanism is abiogenesis for that. But then asking, well, where did the universe come from? I don't know. You know, science can kind of take us as far back as the Big Bang, but then we don't know what was before that. The hypothesis that seems the most reasonable to me is that there was always some kind of matter, and we are in this kind of infinite loop of expansion until collapse and then expansion again. At the end of it, though, what you're really asking is, why is there something instead of nothing? But I think you have to ask that whether you believe in God or not. You know, why is there God instead of nothing? And it takes you back to the same question. And I don't know. I'm not sure if this answers your question, Isles, but I don't believe in God at all. Yeah, Cindy says, I was 100% sure. I had zero doubt of my salvation for almost 50 years till I began deconstructing when what I totally believed with all my heart truly started making no logical sense. Can we see the bunnies? Let's see who we can find. Checks. Oh, where are you, baby? Are you in your bedroom? She might be in her room. Oh, there you are. Hi. Well, what's going on, pretty girl? Oh, hello. Want to say hi? You have some friends who wanted to see you. Yeah, this is Checkers. Her cute little paws. How you doing, pretty girl? Oh, that's a good bunny. Yes, you are. Such a good bunny. Good baby. Checkers says hello. Ooh, that light is bright. Ah! Ooh. She's cute, but a menace too. I know her ears. They're so cute. Did I read any books about Islam? Well, when I stopped being a Christian because I stopped believing in God at all. Oh, Miles, hi. Yes, thank you so much for the super chat. Yes, we can do a treat for Checkers. Thank you. Hi, Checkers. Guess what? You get a treat. Are you excited? Get excited, bunny. All right. Okay, you ready? You want a green bean? What is a green bean? That's my thumb. Don't eat my thumb. Oh, hippity hop. She liked that. Sorry, my kitchen's messy. Don't judge my messy kitchen. Oh man, she liked that green bean. Tasty treat. We'll always take super chats as treats for bunnies. We found a winner. She likes the beans. Oh, good girl, Chex. Good girl. Take the money and run. Yeah, Jeff, I don't believe in God any longer, no. Hey, Meg. Sure. So yeah, SD, I mean, if, I think if I was someone who maybe never had a religion or something, I absolutely think it makes sense to look at all the different religions. I think for me at this point, I would have to believe that there was some kind of higher power, and then I would want to go investigate them more. Kyle says, you don't believe in God. What happens when you get to the end of life and find out there actually is a God? Well, that's a possibility. If that happens, I guess I'll have a lot of questions for him. Or her. Or they. I don't know God's pronouns. Yeah, so my creator was my mom. Do you believe we deserve anything? Well, in my personal opinion, yes. I don't think that there is sort of this objective law from the universe about it. What if Kyle gets to the end of life and finds out it was not the God he worshipped? Well, I'm glad you're here too, S. What do you believe that you and I deserve? So, I believe you deserve human rights. I think you are a human being and therefore deserve food and water and shelter. Um, and if we're talking about consequences for actions, I think consequences should be in proportion to the amount of harm that you caused. And so I don't think any human being deserves hell because you haven't done anything that has caused infinite harm. So I don't think you should deserve infinite punishment because that's not proportionate. Hey, Levin. Is that really a quote from The Simpsons? Yeah, someone did, Michelle, but I just let it go. Oh, that's really funny, Wally. Oh, thanks, Meg. Rod says, if God created us all equal, then why aren't we all equal? I'm sure someone will say something about free will, but I don't think that that's a good answer. So these things are given to us at birth just for being human beings? Yep. Plato's World of Forms. Oh, man, and not since freshman year of college. No, Tony, if you somehow proved to me that the devil was real, then you would have only proven that the devil was real and not God. Branko says, if there's no God, why would anything objectively matter? Why does anything objectively matter if there is a God? Well, hey there, Chex. What's up? You want to come hang out? You can go hang with Rubes. I mean, certainly, Khan, I think the pronoun they would be much more appropriate for the God of the Bible. Yeah, Six says, touching on finding community, a lot of people go to church just for that. I still find it difficult to fill that need in our society. Getting into volunteering helps a lot. Definitely. And, figuring out what your other interests and hobbies are, joining groups, doing anything where you can be in person helps too. I agree. Hi, Rachel. Yeah, Dee, there are a lot of God options. Well, voltage, I mean, I think the existence of a Satan is used to explain why the world isn't all good, Or Doug. Well, user, I don't know that it'll fit in the comments. Well, Tony, then the devil must be more powerful than God. If God is everything, is there, I mean, doesn't that sort of make God lose all meaning? Sure, Manic. Oh, thank God. Or Duck. If God is everything, then he doesn't, it's not I'm trying to find the words to express what I'm thinking. Like, if God is just everything, thing, then it doesn't seem to be anything. I need to think about how to articulate that better. I mean, that would mean God is not a separate thing. It's just a word that you use to describe, I guess, the universe? I don't know. Oh, that's a good way of putting it, Autumn. Oh, checkers, you can't have that. Give me that. No, that's not, excuse me. That's not for you. Hey, Prestige. My thoughts on tattoos? Well, even when I was a Christian, I didn't think that they were a problem. Yeah, I learned a lot from Justin, too. Oh, well, there's Justin. Speaking of the devil. Jeff, I have like an FAQ playlist that gives you like that whole backstory. No, Tony, that's pretty condescending to tell someone what they believe when they're telling you that that's not the case. Just a slob like one of us. You didn't see that. Justin, thank you for the super chat. Justin says, tattoos are portals for the devil to suck your soul to hell. Repent or perish. I don't know what you're asking, 11. Charles, that sounds like a dirty joke. I bet Doug is in support of tattoos. Like, are your thoughts you? Your thoughts are a part of you. Do we have free will in heaven? Yeah, it's definitely a conundrum. 666, thank you for the super chat. 6 says, Hail Satan. Just kidding. Hi, Joel. Yes, 11. Hail Santa! Hooray! Stockings for everyone. Voltage, I don't know that reference off the top of my head. Sharon asks, when people die, do they go to heaven or do they wait till Judgment Day? Yeah, it really depends on, are you Protestant or Catholic, or even like what flavor of Protestant are you? And I think there is a biblical case to be made for either way. Molecular intelligence. I mean, we are composed of molecules and we have intelligence. I'm not quite sure where you're trying to go there. Yeah, I agree, Sharon. It is confusing. Hey, David. I understand that, yeah. Like our cells have intelligence. Not individually, no. No. Hey, Aaron. Then what is it? What is what? What is intelligence? I don't know, the ability to understand? I don't know the definition of it off the top of my head. Sorry, Rational. Which brand of Christianity? I was Protestant. Okay, 11, just, let's have a conversation that's not like Phil Bro conversation. We can just talk like regular humans. Do you feel like leaving Christianity, you're headed to atheism, or do you feel like you found yourself down a dead end spiritually and feel a different path might be right? So just to clarify, Tom, I stopped believing in God in 2009. So I consider myself to be an agnostic atheist. So I have not believed in God for a long time. Through the lens of deconstruction, how do you view the believing? So, I mean, Christians are a huge, huge group of people. And so I view Christians the way I view every huge, huge group of people, in that they are incredibly diverse. There are kind Christians and mean Christians and thoughtful Christians and judgmental Christians. It's just such a huge group of people. I struggle to make very many generalizations. How can you stop believing in something you don't even know what it is? I stopped believing in the Christian God, so I knew what that was. Ikenna says, how do you know there is no God? I don't know for sure. I just don't believe that there is. Calamus, thank you so much for the super chat. Greetings from Australia. Hi. Yeah, dyslexia. I don't know if Philbros are new. Salutations. So I don't know what. I get what? What the heck is a Philbro? So it's people who argue on the internet who are most frequently like young men, and they are somewhat versed in philosophy. And the most common conversation I have is with young men who believe that they have a logical proof. And because they have a logical proof, it is impossible that they are incorrect. And all they have to do is get you to walk through their script of this logical proof. And if you don't use their vocabulary, they talk to you like you're a dummy. Oh, about me personally, how do I view my formerly believing self? Oh, I want to give her a hug. That, I tried so hard, and I suffered so much because of it. So, yeah, I would give her a hug. Yeah, I agree, Felix. Philosophy does not prove things scientifically. Rational says, I view my former self as indoctrinated and constantly feeling like I failed at everything. How do you interpret 1 Timothy 2:12? I interpret it as a man who did not want to share power, writing a letter to other men to tell them not to share power. Yeah, I mean, Bob, I agree. Like, science does not attempt to measure God. And so, no, it is not equipped to prove God true or false. How do you find meaning in life now? So I find meaning now in human connection, in the people that I love and who love me. I find meaning in putting kindness out into the world, in growing and learning. Yeah, I find meaning in a lot of things. Hey, LK. LK says, as a teenager who is questioning leaving Christianity, do you have any advice that will help me understand? Because I don't know what to believe anymore. I think my general advice is to read. read all the things you can get your hands on. Read Christian scholars, read other biblical scholars, um, read secular scholars, just read books from people who have a cool outlook on life, and give yourself a lot of compassion, because the thing is being human is hard. and and we don't ever get around that. It's always hard to be a human, and so you are doing the best you can, so give yourself a lot of time to figure it out. 11 says, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more. Yes, and Charles has some good resources here. Faith Unraveled is a great book. Brittany Hartley is a great creator to follow, and she has a book too. Well, thanks, Super. Yes, Rational, you win. 11, love is an experience that we have as humans. And so, yeah, I mean, I can tell you what's happening in your brain when you are experiencing love. But a second-hand emotion. Nice. What do I think of Scottish people? I don't know. The people? I like people in general. Oh, what am I drinking tonight? Sparkling water. Trader Joe's. So many lyrics. Khan says, imagine genuinely believing that other people are incapable of experiencing happiness, love, or fulfillment without believing in your specific God. I go live on TikTok a lot too, and TikTok helps me like put like a little sticker up here so I can have a topic. And the topic that makes Christians the most upset at me is when I say finding peace without God. And every third comment is, it's impossible. You can't experience peace without God. And I get Christians insistent that even though I think I'm experiencing peace, it's impossible. I'm actually being fooled into feeling false peace. Oh, hi from Yemen. Well, hello. Yeah, I can understand that, LK. Yeah, so Len, I no longer believe in God. Exactly, Justin. What about feeling the Holy Spirit you still don't believe? So what's interesting is the way that we Christians have, talk about what it feels like to experience the Holy Spirit. People in almost every other religion describe that experience too. And, people, even just using substances or meditation, can have these transcendent experiences. So, no, that would not make me believe in God. Hi, Neil. No, I don't think you have a demon. I would definitely recommend the organization Recovering from Religion. Well, JB, that is very arrogant of you. Oh, 11, I gotta be honest, all this time I thought you were a Christian. Are there any Bible stories or verses you are bothered by? Yes. Yes, lots of them. What specific Christian tradition do you come from? I was Protestant. The Bible story I find the most inexcusable. Oh man. I don't know. Punishing David by having his wives assaulted in public was a pretty bad one. The flood is terrible. Killing all the firstborn sons of Egypt is terrible. God, there's a lot. No, it would not. Yeah, Job. Job is a great one. I actually did not speak in tongues. I had a lot of friends who did, but I did not. Yeah, Thriver. I mean, he definitely would have pre-known all of those things. We only worship bunnies. Well, hey, Purple Heart, welcome. What would be your reason for why we now see giants in the mountains? Well, first of all, I have not seen any evidence of giants in mountains, but let's say there were. Why would that have anything to do with the existence of God or your particular religion? Oh, thanks, Miles. It's not an evolutionary possibility. Not an evolutionary impossibility, pardon me. Joel says, every Bible story you just explained to find bothersome, the bad things that happens were not done by God. Yes, they absolutely were. Go read Genesis 6 again. That was explicitly done by God. Did I replace religion with something else? I mean, I don't have another religion. No, New Age spirituality did not attract me. Joel, honey, Genesis 6 is not about Job. Why do I know that name, Brian Cox? Is he like a Christian physicist or just a, like, what is he known for? Oh, okay. Well, I do always like a polite scientist. 11, how old are you? If you don't mind, you can give me a range, and I don't need an exact number, but I'm curious. Do you watch fantasy movies like Lord of the Rings? So I love Lord of the Rings, and that to me is not in any way related to religion. Good night, Rational. Being an atheist isn't like part of like that kind of, I mean, I know Christians say, well, I put God at the center of my relationships, and it's not like I put atheism at the center of my relationships. So like that question doesn't really apply. Yeah. I mean, I agree that so many Christians think that the only way that they can have meaning is through God, and everything else is meaningless. I've had this idea. I think it would be really fun to write a book um, and call it The Meaning Driven Life. Like, do you all remember Rick Warren's book, The Purpose Driven Life? But like talk about how to find meaning instead of like purpose. 11, I mean, I don't believe in any higher power. I don't like horror movies either way. They just. Yeah, the existence of an all knowing, all powerful deity would sap meaning from us. Oh man, not me. I am so sensitive. Like I don't like when bad things happen to people in movies at all. I don't even like when people are in uncomfortable situations in movies, let alone people being like brutally murdered. It's just a no for me. I'm glad to hear that, David. What movies do I even watch? Like the same ones over and over again. And then sometimes I fast forward through the bad parts. So bad. I don't like seeing bad things happen to people. Then I feel like they're happening to me and it's too sad and hard and I just can't. Uh, nice autumn. Well, I mean, to be fair, that is the structure of almost every movie, right? Is that things are going okay and then everything falls apart and then eventually things are okay. I mean, that's how stories are constructed, but I don't like it. So MDC, your definitions are a little off. Atheist does not mean absolutely sure that there's no God. So atheism is about what you believe, and Gnosticism or agnosticism is about what you know. So I don't think that there's a God. I don't believe in one. However, I also don't think I can ever know for sure. So, if you were to ask me, do you believe in God? I would say no. But if you said, are you 100% sure that there's no God? I would also say no. So that's why I say agnostic atheist. Yeah, I have seen The Good Place. Yeah, I did watch Don't Look Up. I mean, it would be very interesting if I knew for sure. Yeah, I would definitely know for sure if I could. Alrighty, friends, I need to call it a night. I have some work to do, unfortunately, that I am procrastinating. So it is time. But thank you guys so much for hanging out and for such a lovely conversation. Um, I will be on TikTok for the rest of the weekend. Please come find me over there at same handle. And then I'll be back here live on Tuesday. So I will see you all Tuesday, if not sooner. Have a lovely night, everybody.